What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new Civilization 5 AI only series. This is going to be a bit different to some of the stuff we've done before. This is going to be more of a tournament, and we're going to be having some qualifying rounds. But essentially, we're going to be putting the 43 regular civs. All of them will get a shot at this one, actually. Normally, Venice misses out. I am spectating as Venice today, but they will get their own chance. This is going to be one of a few qualifiers, and then we're going to have like a final. It's going to be like a mini tournament to determine the best AI in this scenario. I don't want to say they're the best. That would probably not go down too well. But yeah, we're going to be doing some different qualifiers. I'm going to break it down into regions as well, just kind of like a sports kind of take there. But we'll do regions. So today, you've probably noticed already, it's the Americas, North and South. There is 8 or 9 civs. 1, the Iroquois, the Aztecs, Polynesia I just threw in because Hawaii is part of the US. The Mayans, Shoshone, Brazil, Inca, I lost count, and America. They're the civs that are in this game. I think it's 8 or 9. I think it's 9. So there will be. I tried to sort of work the final. We're gonna have a big final at the end, and the Europe one will be divided into more smaller qualifiers because there's more civs from Europe in Civ, just naturally. So yeah, there will be 14 spots in the final. 3 will go to the Americas civs. That will be the best 3 out of the 9 in this game. 3 of them will go to the African civs, 3 of them to the Asian civs, and 5 to Europe. It might change a little bit. Because off the top of my head, I'm just setting this up now. I'm doing one of the easier games to run right now with the Americas. But I think the Africa one, maybe there might be actually, there's not that many African civs in the base game. So I might maybe duck one off them and add one to Europe. But I'll see, I'll work those out in the next few days. But there will definitely be 3 civs qualifying today out of the 9. From the Americas region. There's some city-states just to help, you know, and we're on a randomly generated Pangea map. So yeah, we're on deity domination only. We've got the info addicts. Yeah, the best 3 or the last 3 survivors. It doesn't matter if they're the best 3. I want to make that very clear. It will go until there's 3 civs alive, and then once we're down to 3, that's it. We're done. It's decided at that point. So here we go. And we're off. Okay, so we get some second cities pretty early. You can see America straight away pushing into the middle of all these civs in this region, as have the Aztecs with their second cities. That's a really good start for them. They're going to be a strong civ to look out for early on with their Jaguar units. And then you've got the Incans missing out so far. Brazil moving into the desert. Shoshone obviously grabbing a ton of territory in this like triangle. Looks a bit like India actually, you know, the big triangle. Polynesia straight away heading east. Obviously they're going to have an advantage exploring the map. It won't help them too much because there's not a huge map. There's a couple of mini islands, but there's nothing like, you know, there's no other continents waiting to be discovered that's a huge advantage or anything. And the Iroquois, who are a bit alone in the corner. I spawned sort of up here. Obviously I've left the game. That's not really a fair, I didn't really know how to fairly move around. Should I move? I don't know what to do. But yeah, maybe if anyone does have a suggestion for that for next time, what I could potentially do. But yeah, obviously I was here, so maybe that's why the Iroquois, they seem like they have a lot of space. And they already have a 3rd settler, which is pretty impressive. But everyone's put down their second cities now. The Iroquois here. This is a really annoying minimap. Look at it. It's just so awfully centered. Like, why is the land not in the middle? Straight away, world's busiest people. We've got Pocatello leading the way. The Iroquois there, just ahead of Polynesia. The Iroquois, Aztecs, America, Brazil, Inca, and the Maya. Okay, so there's 8. So 3 of these 8. So that's quite generous. But there you go. 3 of 8. First war, it is Shoshone versus the city-states. We'll see how this goes. We'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, not quite as big as I was expecting it there. But we'll see. This should go pretty well for them, as you can see. Already moving in. We are on quick speed, just to speed it up a bit more. Obviously, I'm only doing the highlights. But yeah, very early war. Turn 20. And going very well for the Shoshone. Brazil join in. They have a war against their little city-state in the corner as well. Should again go pretty well for them. I'll go over some of the biggest wonders. Not that I really know what the most important ones are, but the Mayans do get the Great Library. That's generally a pretty important one for science. And the Inca with 3 cities already. The Shoshone with 5. Oh my goodness, what the heck. They conquered this, but they also grabbed these very quickly. Wow. They're going to have the most land, that's for sure. Another settler out there for them as well. And the Iroquois also with 5. Oh my goodness. It is turn 27. What is going on? But remember, survival is important, not winning. If someone sits in the corner with one city and they just outlast people, then they are through to the final. It doesn't matter. America versus the Mayans. First Civ on Civ war. Yeah, it's over for the Mayans. The Aztecs are in there as well now. Yeah, they should probably be eliminated first here. And there we go. The Mayans, the first Civ eliminated in 35 turns. Didn't last that long. Split between the Mayans, the Aztecs, sorry, and the US. Not so good for them. Good pickup for the Aztecs, grabbing a capital, and good again for America as well. Well, that sort of friendly team didn't last too long. America going, the Aztecs going after the US, and the Aztecs and someone else also going after Brazil there, just before I could see. But Brazil, I don't think it was a Shoshone. No, it was a Shoshone. Okay, yeah. So that's a little concerning for Brazil. But I'm not super worried about them versus the Aztecs. And a big wonder in terms of survival. Obviously survival here sort of being the objective. Obviously you do have to eliminate other civs, but you know, you don't need to be the biggest, as I mentioned. The Iroquois with the Great Wall, so that's a fantastic defense mechanism for them. The US survived the Aztec attack. They've pieced out now and are now going after the Inca, and they've actually had a successful start, grabbing one city already. Bit of a surprise. They look pretty evenly matched, but there you go. It's important to note we're down to 7, right, 7, am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sort of surviving civs now who are competing with a chance of getting through. Judging on the size, I'd say the Shoshone and the Iroquois are in a good spot already. They're both pretty massive civs, you can see down here. Obviously that doesn't guarantee anything, but you know, at this point in time, I'd say those guys are looking good to get through to the final. And then it's more of a battle between the US, Brazil, the Inca, the Aztecs, and if Polynesia can get into that somehow, obviously they're sort of trapped in a corner. But then again, they could just survive that long. But yeah, it feels like it's between the rest for that final spot, for now at least, as the first Civ enters the Renaissance era. Pretty early. Renaissance, I should say. I was corrected a few videos ago, and yeah, my mistake. Okay, we have two capitals which are falling, or about to fall, in very quick succession. The Rio here is right on the edge, no health, but yeah, the Shoshone just need to put a melee unit next to it. That's messing up a little bit, but we'll let them off. And the US did just conquer Cusco here, so they should eliminate the Inca, which would be a big win for the US. And if, you know, they can survive maybe any attack from the Aztecs that's coming up, they will be in a really good spot. And Rio has fallen too, and Brazil probably, okay, either of them could be eliminated. This is awkward, but yeah, the Inca and Brazil very much on the ropes, which would leave us with 5 civs remaining. And then it does get tense, because then it's almost a race to survive, almost, between the Aztecs and the US. Polynesia is being invaded, but they are doing a good job of holding out the Iroquois. They're doing just fine. I mean, they're in a pretty well-protected location. There's a world where Polynesia are very safe here, and actually do end up qualifying, which could be quite interesting. We'll see. But yeah, at the moment, I would say there's now 5 contenders. I'd put Brazil and the Inca out of the running. I mean, you could see maybe the Inca surviving the corner, like if America pieced out now, but they would have to, you know, America would have to go and kill all the other civs to help them out there. They couldn't just live in the corner forever. And here it is. This could be the big one. Brazil is gone. The Inca are very close to gone. This World's Congress just got founded. Oh wait, I can't. Oh, I have to vote on something. World's Fair. There we go. I'll try to influence the game to a minimum. If I have to vote for things, it'll be things that like happen anyway. So World's Fairs, stuff like that. But yeah, I just realized I can't embargo the city-states like I normally would, because there is city-states. But there we go. But America versus the Aztecs has broken out. This could be huge. Obviously, it might not eliminate them in one go, but a winner would certainly be in a better position going forward. And then there were 5. The Inca are gone, so we're down to the last 5, and America obviously fighting the Aztecs now. Early in the game, it was the Aztecs' advantages with the Jaguar units, but now America has Minutemen, so this is their chance to shine, although the Shoshone joining in, that doesn't bode too well for them. And it's only turn 90, by the way. I just want to point this out. It's ridiculous how fast it's going. Oh my goodness. It's been 20 minutes of non-cut stuff, and there we go. America does peace out with the Aztecs. So we'll see if they can survive this onslaught. Oh, I didn't even notice this, but New York must have gone in the peace deal. I must have missed that when it happened. My bad. But yeah, that's pretty big for the Aztecs, and a huge blow for America. That's obviously their second city. One of the only 2 they actually settled. So yeah, massive, massive blow, that one. So America and the Iroquois starting to feign a little bit here. Maybe they're... not the Iroquois. Polynesia to the Iroquois. They gave away the city, presuming a peace deal, unless I missed it altogether. and America is also slowly losing this war. They've lost one city already. The Aztecs are also at war with the Iroquois, but it's a lot harder for the Iroquois to get over here, so they may be a bit safer for now. But again, just to stress, these are the final 3 alive who qualify, not the strongest 3 at any point. You know, if there's 3 giant civs and 1 tiny one, and 2 of the giant ones gang up on the other giant one, then the tiny one can still squeeze through. Oh, and also with regards to like the voting and stuff we normally do, that isn't not gonna happen. That's fine, but I'm not gonna like hold anyone to make a choice in like the early phase. You can pick out of the 14 in the final when we know who's in. This is just like a qualifier. You don't have to pick anyone. I mean, if you're really bold and you want to, then that's fine by me. But yeah, I don't have a problem. If you want to wait and see who the 14 are, that's absolutely fine. And it obviously makes it easier for me to track it to like one video instead of like 5 or 6 different qualifying videos. Oh, the Aztecs wanted to embargo the city-states. That's actually good because I can repeal it. And I mean, I'm not going to vote, but oh, there we go. Okay, so there's still 3 going. It's turn 125, but the civs are pretty far down the tech tree. I can definitely see guns are pretty common at this point. There's frigates in the water for some of the coastal civs. So yeah, there's, oh wow, good city there for the Iroquois on one of those sort of further out islands. But yeah, so far the Aztecs, America, Polynesia, I'm none the wiser as to who is going to be not making it through. I can certainly see America definitely not making it through, but 2 of them have to go. The Shoshone and the Iroquois looking really good. I mean, obviously anything can happen, but I would say those guys are looking pretty comfortable. Oh, World's Fair comes through. Just those 3 even making an effort. Here's technologies, just anyone is interested. Iroquois leading the way. Then here's the Aztecs, surprisingly, on a tie with the Shoshone, and the Polynesians and Americans struggling a little bit there. Not going too great for them. Okay, so the ideologies have come in. I'll have a quick look. I think everyone, oh, not quite everyone's got one, just America. Shoshone and the Aztecs went with autocracy, and then the Iroquois and Polynesia went with order. America, not looking good, down to 2 cities, but they're still in with a shot, and I actually do regain Cusco, and oh, okay, well, the Polynesians this might be a bit rougher for them. Shoshone and the Iroquois teaming up. The Aztec-Iroquois war is still ongoing, and the Iroquois actually just got artillery, but that's actually been a lot more equal than I thought. There was actually bits where the Aztecs were close to beginning to siege Montreal. No one's been close to losing a city. I won't be harsh on anyone. The Aztecs going to try and, you know, speed up maybe their place in a final here as they go after America too. This should probably be America eliminated. I would, at this point, be willing to say probably going to be Polynesia next as well. They're obviously in a war with the other 2 big civs. So I think we've got a good idea of the lineup. It might just be how it ends. And, you know, there's always a chance. There's always a little squeaky chance that Polynesia squeeze through or something crazy happens, especially as the tech gets more advanced, particularly for the Iroquois and Shoshone. It's getting close for America, very much on the edge. If they're going to get through in the top 3, they need something to happen very, very soon, I'm afraid. But I'll just give you a heads up with what is to come. So next there will be one of the first stages of the European one. That will probably come in 2 parts. I'm just trying to work out the number. That will probably be a 2-part one with well, there's 5 civs getting through, so it'll probably be 2 from one, 2 from the other, and then a vote of the best 3rd place, which I'll leave up to you guys, give you guys some input into the series. So yeah, the 2 3rd places, then you can pick which one qualifies as 5th, essentially, if they're both 6th, if that makes any sense. If we'll get to it, we'll cover that bridge when we get there. But yeah, America looking like they're in trouble here. Polynesia is surviving, that's why I'm not watching them as I let the game pass. I'm focused up here. I mean, they're not doing great, but they're not close to destruction, although the Shoshone now have planes, which is going to hurt a little bit. But, you know, you never know. Maybe the Iroquois and Shoshone team up on the Aztecs and somehow get it done. As I said, the longer the game goes on for some of these civs, actually the better, because they can get the technologies, or the other civs can get the technologies. It's better for America if they can survive for as long as possible. Polynesia is actually winning. They've recovered their city here, although they are about to lose their capital, so that was a bit of a jinx, but, you know, looking at the small, short-term good things. There's kind of a race on right now. Polynesia still has 3 cities left, and the US's final city is in the yellow. Neither of them... oh, okay, now this Polynesia down to 2, but yeah, actually, there's not really a race. 3 places going through. I forgot about that. Maybe if something big was to happen, there's a slight hope, but it seems very unlikely at this point. I think our final 3 are locked in, but we'll see. It's been a 50 minutes slog, although I actually had a break in the middle of it, so it's not been 50 minutes. But very quick, we've got to the end. I mean, imagine every Let's Play was this fast. And there we go, the US is gone, so there was 4 contenders left in the Americas region, qualifier, whatever you want to call it. Sadly, Polynesia is not going to give us the most exciting finish, but I will keep an eye on this, show you what happens at the end. There's not going to be any advantages given out. I was tempted to do like whoever wins the qualifier, like clear first place, would get a bonus, but I thought that would just ruin the end game, because you know, it's not so fun when civs have a bonus from the start. So we won't be doing that, but yeah, they will all qualify as equals. There you go, it's down to 1 city. Sadly, it might take ages for it to go. Not sadly for you, but sadly for me. I mean, maybe there's hope that someone else somehow gets destroyed before then. I don't know. Seems unlikely. Samoa's really hanging on in there. They keep going, turn 164. Oh, I say that and they get sieged out. I need to stop saying this is bad, you know. It's not like I can just get someone else to commentate these videos, although I guess couldn't pay them, but I mean, if anyone out there, you know, you think you got what it takes, let's start a talent show. Maybe that's the way we're going. Who can commentate instead of Geo? But no, seriously, I need to stop jinxing these civs. I feel terrible. But yeah, as soon as I said it, they start getting sieged out. This will probably be the end. I mean, for you guys, it won't have felt that long. So I'm cropping all the bits out. For me, it's the end to a long sit down and stare session. I don't know when to start talking because I want to get this right, but I think this might be it for Polynesia. All so close. The Shoshone, I'm guessing, are going to finish them off here. Maybe next turn. It's actually Polynesia's go, so it depends what happens to the units. I was sort of trying to interject at the perfect moment, and I feel like I've got it wrong again. Come on. Well, not come on. Sorry, Polynesia. But come on. You could do this. Have they done it? Yes, there we go. So that is it. Our top 3 is decided. These will be moving on to the final. Luckily, we don't have to pick a winner here. It's going to be a long final because this is very slow at this point. Normal games are normally not so slow, but this one certainly is. I think it's the city-states, but I'll leave them in because obviously some civs do, you know, benefit from the city-states. Not all of them, but some do, and it'd be unfair to leave them out. And this is supposed to just be like a Pangea tournament. That is all. The only restriction. I'm not going to mess with the maps or do anything funky. I deleted myself and that was it. But yeah, that will be it for this episode. This was the Americas episode. Next will be half of the European civs. It will probably... I'll either do it randomly or it will just be like the first half of the list as you pick them out when you add them to a game. It will probably be that, to be honest. Or it might be random, but it'll probably just be adding them in like in that order, because then that's already a, you know, unbiased list. That's just like alphabetical or whatever. That's fair enough. But yeah, it will be half and half probably of the Europeans. So I'll do Americas, Europe 1, Africa or Asia as the third one. Then I'll do Europe number 2, and then the other one of Africa and Asia. And then that's the nice balance to it. There'll probably be some Let's Play sort of videos, one-off different things in between as well. It might not be every single time. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. And congratulations on the Iroquois, Shoshone and Aztecs, who all look pretty evenly matched right now, on making it to the final 3, or final 14.